Yesterday, the Vegas Golden Knights defeated the Minnesota Wild 4-3 in a shootout. And let's get to the recap here. So, goaltenders for this game were Laurent Brossoit for the Vegas Golden Knights and Philip Gustafsson for the Minnesota Wild. And let's get to the goal scoring. So, first period, Keegan Kolesar with his 8th goal of the season made it 1-0 Vegas in the first period. And that was the only goal of the first period, as the Golden Knights were up 1-0. The Golden Knights had 8 shots on net in the first. They scored 1 goal. The Wild had 12 shots on net in the first. They didn't score any goals. So then the second period starts. Duhaime with his 9th goal of the season, 3 minutes and 36 seconds into the second period, tied the game at 1. And then Klingberg with his 10th goal of the season made it 2-1 Minnesota. But then Doroviev with his 6th goal of the season tied the game at 2 for Vegas. And then Boldy with his 30th goal of the season scored late in the second period to give the Wild a 3-2 lead. And that was it for the second period, as the Wild were up 3-2. The Golden Knights had 9 shots on net in the second. They scored 1 goal. The Wild had 11 shots on net in the second, and they scored 3 goals. So then the third period starts, and Doroviev, with his 2nd of the game and his 7th of the season, scored with 35 seconds left to tie the game at 3. And just like that, we were heading into overtime as the third period ends in a 3-3 tie. Both teams had 8 shots on net in the third, but the Golden Knights had the only goal, and it was to tie it late. So then we go into overtime, but nobody scores for overtime. The Golden Knights had 1 shot on net in overtime. The Wild had 2, but again, nobody scores in overtime. So we go to the shootout. The shootout took 5 rounds. Doroviev, he got one of the shootout goals, and he had 2 goals in regulation, so it's cool that he scored 1. But Riley Smith was the one that got the shootout winner, as the Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Minnesota Wild 4-3 in a shootout. And yeah, so the Golden Knights have swept the season series with the Minnesota Wild this season. They swept the regular season series, winning 3 out of the 3. And yeah, so that's all I have to say. The Golden Knights are playing again today. They'll be taking on the Nashville Predators. They'll also be looking to sweep the season series with the Predators this season. So hopefully the Golden Knights can win today to extend their winning streak after winning yesterday. And yeah, so this was a good win for the Golden Knights over the Wild. Hopefully they defeat the Predators today. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace. Go Knights, go.